This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you thanks to the support of Generations Bank, Bill Cram Chevrolet, Little John Orthodontic, Marshall Exteriors, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Ticino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partner Insurance, Brad Van Dusen Photography, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, Stever's Garage, The Omen Theater, Red's Place, Wilson Press, Connor's Diner, the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings, the Downtown Deli, and FingerLakes1.com digital marketing.
Rise and shine, basketball fans. Good morning. Welcome live inside the Blue Cross Arena in Rochester, New York. Site of tonight's Section 5, or this morning's Section 5 Class B1 championship game between the Newark Reds and the Greece-Odyssey Leopards. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jim Sinicropi, up here high above the court at the Blue Cross Arena with Tane Robinson for FingerLakes1.com. And its championship weekend continues here inside the Blue Cross. Also part of our coverage today at 11 o'clock over at Victor High School. It will be the South Seneca Lady Falcons against the Oakfield, Alabama Lady Hornets in the Section 5 Class C3 girls title game. Dave Barnick and Jerry Anderson will have the call for you there immediately following our game here on FL1 Radio. And Tani, good morning.
Good morning. Breakfast at the big house. Here we are.
That's right. I mean, I have never actually broadcast a game with a 9 a.m. tip, let alone a game of this magnitude. But Coach Couperas had his kids up for Newark at 6:15 for a shoot-around. So they got the cobwebs out. They came up here. They took the court about 15, 20 minutes ago, and the Newark faithful are filing into the Blue Cross Arena right now as we speak. And we should have a great ball game.
Oh, it should be fantastic. You know, Newark, a historically great program in all of Section 5, back here in familiar territory after a year away, but right back. But this will be Coach Couperas' first sectional final.
And Coach Couperas has done a great job with this Newark Reds team. Let's not forget that last year they went 7-14, 6-8 in the league, and a first-round exit from sectionals. 1 year later, they're on a big stage, a chance to bring home another sectional title. To Newark, it would be the school's 13th, which, ironically enough, last night we were here in the Blue Cross as the Lions. Lions captured their 19th, so right there on Route 31, these neighbors are two of the most successful programs in Section 5 history, and the Newark Reds will try to keep up with the Lions by getting a win today over the Greece-Odyssey Leopards, the number 1 seed.
Yeah, this Greece-Odyssey team has been really performing well throughout the year. They're 19-3 overall, riding a 7-game win streak coming into today's game. While Geneva was able to keep it close the other night in the semifinals through the first half, we're able to pull away in the second half, and so Newark will certainly have their hands full. One of the shifts that Coach Couperas has made this season, and we've talked about it a lot in the games that we've covered Newark, is Newark, a traditional man-to-man team historically, has played a lot of zone and done it effectively this year. And
they have done it effectively, right? And all the way to an impressive 17-3 mark, and winning 8 straight coming into this game, including an upset win over the Class A2 Wayne Eagles, Finger Lakes East champs this year. They're playing great basketball, and as far as the Blue Cross Arena goes, this program, no stranger to this big stage, but it's been a couple years since they last played here. A loss to Minders. The year before that, they defeated Pelmac in a couple of all Finger Lakes East sectional championship games. And Mason Vandemortel, Jaden Peters were both on that team. Didn't necessarily see a lot of time. Tonight, they're focal points, and really they're going to be the keys to a victory for Newark. They're going to need to score.
As you mentioned it, our Marshall's exterior keys to the game, it starts right with those two. Mason Vandemortel, the little bit of a hero the other night, able to knock down some free throws right at the end of the game to send the game into overtime against Hornell, keep Newark's season alive. And then, of course, Jaden Peters, who, when he heats up from the outside, we've just seen times where he's been an unbelievable can't miss. And so those two guards are really going to be Newark's keys to the game tonight.
And Marshall's Exteriors is your one-stop source for all of your home's exterior needs. Check out their website at marshallexteriorsny.com. And we got about 2:30 on the game clock here in the Blue Cross Arena. And one interesting tidbit, Jaden Peters, a third-generation Newark Red to play here at the Blue Cross in the sectional finals. It was, I can't remember his name, but 1973 was the first, and then I think it was Luke Peters in 1996, and now Jaden again takes to the floor in a sectional final here at the Blue Cross Arena. And the Blue Cross Arena, if you haven't been here, it's not your typical high school venue for a basketball game. It is a big bowl arena with seats around the entire court in a circle, actually more of a horseshoe type of.
Yeah, really a hockey type of setup that they adapt for the basketball games.
And the hockey walls and glass, along the walls is up, and that kind of separates the fans from the action on the court. It's definitely a different feel than, Newark's home, Newark's gym back home or anywhere that either of these teams have played this year. And the court itself is outlined in light blue, Les Harrison court along either baseline in orange lettering with white trim. The inside of the three-point arc is colored in solid orange, and the midcourt blue circle with the Rochester Razor Sharks logo is covered up with the Section 5 logo for this, the first of 7 games on tap today in this arena. Last night, we were here and brought you 2 games live. The one game we didn't broadcast was the C3 final in which Calmum defeated York 57-46. Then we came on the air and saw the Lions. Lions captured their 19th sectional title in school history with an 80-66 win over Red Jacket. And then the nightcap saw Marcus Whitman fall to C.G. Finney in the Class C1 title game. And then we were also on the air over at Calmum High School where the Mid-Lakes Lady Screaming Eagles scored 55 second-half points to come back and beat the Batavia Lady Blue Devils 75-63 for their second consecutive sectional title. That was in Class B1 for the girls. So we're going to crown 7 sectional champs tonight. The first one's the one we're concerned about here with the 9 a.m. tip coming up. Both teams are on the court right now with the Greece-Odyssey Leopards bench directly across from our vantage point high above the court. And they're lined up along the foul line, as are the Newark Reds, who are to our left on the opposite side of the court facing us. And they're lined up on the opposite free throw line. And we're going to be getting ready for the national anthem, which is going to be sung by this very talented Newark senior. His name escapes me. Maybe we can pick it up here. And, we're getting ready for 7 games tonight. At 9 p.m. tonight, the Class AA championship game will cap things off. As you hear the public address announcer welcoming fans inside the Blue Cross, a pretty big contingent from Newark. And we're getting ready for the anthem.
The playing of our national anthem this morning sung by Reds. Vincent of Newark.
Newark High School student with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts
impressive rendition of our national anthem. Here to kick things off for a full day of basketball inside the Big House. This is the venue that every Section 5 high school basketball player on the boys' side aspires to reach and play in. And for these Newark seniors, Jaden Peters, Mason Vandemortel, Kyle Martinez, Adian Elliott, and Kyle French. This is like a once in a lifetime type of deal, and they want to kick off or conclude their senior campaign after playing high school basketball or playing basketball since rec leagues and coming up through the youth programs here with a sectional title at the Blue Cross Arena, and then ultimately a bid into this Class B state playing round of the state tournament.
And certainly with it being such a big moment and the change to this arena format can really have an effect early on in the players as they make some adjustments to the depth perception of not having the gym walls behind to help frame up the basketball. And so we've seen kind of historically here, it takes teams a little while to get going and used to that.
And Greece-Odyssey did play on this court last year. Of course, they kind of burst onto the scene in Class B when they defeated Minders Academy in the semifinal round at Marcus Whitman last year. And we're getting ready here for some starting lineups for both teams, and I can tell you that this special presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes postseason high school basketball is brought to you by Marquee Exhibits, your nationwide custom rental trade show booth solution provider. Marquee Exhibits handles all your trade show and special event needs, including booth design, custom build, custom rental, graphic design, setup, teardown, shipping, and logistics. With offices in Las Vegas, Chicago, D.C., and New York, Marquee Exhibits is everywhere you need to be to coordinate your next trade show or special event. Visit www.marqueeexhibits.com or call Joe Helgato today at 585-370-6649 for a no-cost, no-obligation trade show review today, and leave your mark. This is game 4 of 5 live games involving Wayne Finger Lakes teams that we're bringing you this weekend. We're calling it Championship Weekend on FingerLakes1.com. Again, at the conclusion of this game, you can keep it right here on FL1 Radio for the Class C3 Girls Championship game over at Victor High School, which is tipping off at 11 a.m. And then we'll be back on the air on Monday night from Newark High School, where Lions will be taking on C.G. Finney in the first round of the Class C play-in tournament, which should be a fantastic game. But here, we need to award a title in the Class B1 division as Newark starting lineup being announced. It's Adian Elliott, Josh Green getting the start, Nicholas Bernardi, and Jaden Peters. And, they got some other guys out there. I'm sorry, excuse me. It's Vandemortel, Adian Elliott, Kyle Martinez, Jaden Peters, and Devin Augusto. And for the Leopards of Greece-Odyssey, it's Eric Williams, a 6'3 senior, who's probably the most impressive physical specimen on the court today. Trayvon Harper, a 5'11 senior. And Jonah Holloway, a 6'1 junior. Ray Colbert, a 5'10 senior. And Dylan Comets, a 6'4 junior, as Jaden Peters announced here at the Blue Cross. Again, third generation Blue Cross Arena participant for the Newark Reds. And Jaden Hartfield just announced for Greece-Odyssey, and he's going to be the biggest offensive threat for the Leopards here today, who come in winning 7th straight. They've only lost 3 games all year, coming in at 19-3. Those were to Greece Athena, Pittsford Mendon, and Eastridge, all Class A schools. So, this is going to be a stiff test for the Newark Reds today, taking on this Greece-Odyssey Leopard team coached by Jim Gaziliak. And, of course, Newark coached by second-year head coach Henry Caparis. Also down there on the sidelines, for Newark is a legendary coach, Ron Ceravolo, who is no stranger to sectional titles and has been really a big part of the program and has been helping out this season in an assistant coach capacity, although I actually don't see him on the bench down there today.
No, I was looking down there. I didn't see him. or Coach Havrilla, the junior varsity coach, but we are a little ways away, so it's tough to pick out for sure.
So the ball is in the air, and Newark controls the tip. It's Augusto giving it to Kyle Martinez. Newark in their road maroon uniforms with silver lettering and numbering, moving from our left to right at the Blue Cross Arena. And a bounce pass high-low from Augusto to Mason Vandermortel. Misses the wide-open layup, gets his own rebound, misses the putback. Here comes Greece-Odyssey the other way, and straight to the basket goes Jaden Hartsfield, and he comes up short, and now quickly the other way comes Newark. Martinez finding Vandermortel in the corner, way up top to Peters for three, and Peters comes up well short on the three. Long rebound controlled by Kyle Martinez. Into the corner for Mason Vandermortel, who knocks down a three-pointer, and the Reds strike first at 9:03 a.m.
Well, it didn't take Mason Vandermortel long to adjust his range as he buries it from the corner.
So Trayvon Harper gets things underway for Greece-Odyssey in their home whites with purple lettering, and a answer from long range is Jaden Hartsfield knocking down a three right in front of Coach Guparis, and Newark pushes it up the other way. Again, it's Martinez to Vandermortel, now to Peters, who drives, hangs, can't finish at the rim, rebounded by Williams. Outlet goes to Harper. Harper stops at the right wing, kicks it to the corner, and we got steps on Hartsfield, who went to drive baseline but shuffled his feet. So 3-3 here early. Jim Sinicropi, Tane Robinson for FingerLakes1.com. Jeremy Hunt manning the camera for today, in which we'll share these live images with you on Sunday in a live video replay of today's game. As Newark now gets back underway on offense, again moving from our left to right. It's Peters with a bounce pass to Martinez. Now they skip it into Augusto at the foul line. Outside it goes to Augusto in the far corner. Into the block to Elliott. Bounce pass to Vandermortel. He loses it on the way up. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Newark.
Oh boy, real nice court vision by Elliott as he's able to get the ball at the high post against the Greece-Odyssey's 2-3 zone and find a cutting Vandermortel.
Martinez now inbounds on the baseline. Finds Vandermortel at the elbow, and his jump shot comes up way short, rebounded by Odyssey. Hartsfield coming in with the other way, gets it off to Trayvon Harper. Bounce pass in the paint to Williams, and now outside for a three-ball attempt that finds the bottom from Ray Colbert. Ray Colbert, I should say. 6-3 Odyssey leads. Newark quickly the other way. Martinez to Peters, top of the key three-pointer, back iron no good. Augusto or Elliott up strong with a rebound, finishes with the left hand.
Boy,
6-5.
Real strong offensive rebound and put back by Elliott.
Odyssey now controls the basketball. It is Harper, top of the key against that 2-3 Newark zone. Now a near wing three-pointer missed by Hartsfield, and the rebound tapped out in and out of the hands of two Newark Reds and into the hands of Eric Williams, who finishes. And now quickly the other way, it's Mason Vandermortel. Bucket good in the foul on the right-hand side. So it's 8-7 now. Chance for Vandermortel to tie from the free throw line. And Vandermortel, after missing his first several shots, connects at point-blank range on the block. And that free throw rims out, and I was mistaken. Vandermortel, of course, hit that opening three. But it's early, Tiny. We'll get going here.
He's 2 of 5 from the field early on, so he has missed a couple.
And now into the paint, streaking goes Jaden Hartsfield, finding Eric Williams, who has his shot blocked out of bounds by Mason Vandermortel. Again, 8-7, 5:11 to go here, first period. From the baseline, it goes out top. And now a three ball on the way from Trayvon Harper is way off the mark. Rebounded by Vandermortel into the hands of Martinez. Martinez behind the back, beats the top of the defense for Greece-Odyssey, and now he takes a three, and Martinez knocks it down.
Boy, a great possession by Martinez as he demonstrated some nifty ball handling, made a good pass to Peters, and then a great ball fake before knocking down that three-pointer.
Newark retakes the lead, 10-8, 4:40 to go here, first period. Now working around the outside of that 2-3 zone, and then driving is Trayvon Harper. He misses from the right side off the backboard, and now Newark counters. Finds Peters, top of the key. Thought about a three. Now he drives, hangs too hard off the glass, and Eric Williams grabbs the rebound. And up ahead comes Greece-Odyssey. It's Hartsfield, and he's fouled, banking it in off the backboard. and he'll head to the free throw line for a chance to complete the three-point play.
Yeah, Martinez tried to contest that free throw, just a little bit undersized to the Hartsfield, who's able to elevate and go up and over him, draw the foul, and finish.
Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant is celebrating 22 years in the Finger Lakes with locations in Waterloo, Geneva, and Del Lago Resort. Order online at Cicinos.com. As Hartsfield does complete the three-point play, it's 11-10. Odyssey leads as Peters again misses on the drive. 4 minutes to go here, first period from the Blue Cross Arena.
And Jaden Peters has been attacking the basket pretty consistently, not able to get scoring yet.
And a great turnaround jumper from the right elbow from Dylan Comets goes down. And now it's 13-10 Odyssey. A little full court pressure. Devin Augusto dribbles it across and shuffles it to Cal Martinez, who sets up the offense, picks up his dribble about 50 feet away from the rim, and now they're reversing it around the outside of this 2-3 zone. They get it down to the block to Elliott. Now he tries to bounce it back out to Augusto, who just wasn't there, and the ball bounces into the Greece-Odyssey bench. We have our first substitutions of the game. We're pretty high up here. It's tough to see the numbers at 13. Looks like Ramel Griffin checking into the ball game for the Leopards, along with Preston Mathis, as now a three ball from the top of the key goes down. That was Jaden Hartsfield. He's off to a great start. 9 first quarter points here with 3:15 to go. Now breaking the pressure comes Newark, and Kyle Martinez had the ball stripped by Hartsfield, but he stepped on the line, so Newark will take over here. 27 to shoot, 3:10 to go first period, 16-10, Leopards lead.
Both teams defensively have been 2-3 zone the entire way so far.
Peters on the far side of the court, foul line extended, gets it up top of the key to Martinez, sporting the man bun, and now Vandemortel whips it into Augusto foul line. He's working, and to his left side of the lane, he misses, but streaking in is Jaden Peters, who puts it back in off the glass. Peters' first points of the game, 4-point lead for the Leopards. And now the Leopards probe the outside of the zone defense from Newark. It's Hartsfield finding Preston Mathis, who knocks down a three. And not much pressure on Mathis there, and the Leopards have 4 3-pointers here to start this one with 2:22 to go in the first period. They open up their biggest lead of the game at 7, and Augusto turns it over, and now up ahead it's Hartsfield with the right hand missing off the glass, and I don't think he was fouled, but on the offensive rebound, oh no, it is Hartsfield going to the free throw line. So
it looked like he lost it on his own, as maybe he was winding up to try and dunk the ball, and it sort of slipped out a little bit.
So Hartsfield shooting 2 free throws from her left. The first one rims out. And if you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place Restaurant in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. As he dribbles and lets go, and that's off the back iron, no good, and a nice rebound by Adian Elliott, who controls, clears some space, and an empty possession for the Leopards. They lead 19-12. 2 minutes to go here, first period. Adian Elliott now at the free throw line, back out to Martinez. Now a deep three from Vandemortel, front rim over the backboard and out of bounds. Coach Couperis wearing a black suit today, white shirt underneath, and a gray and maroon tie. Coach Gruzeliak wearing the khaki slacks, blue or purple tie, blue shirt, no sports coat. Is another sub for the Leopards. It is Corey Canton, another junior, into the ball game as the Leopards miss a shot at the rim and it bounces out of bounds towards the Newark bench. Newark will take back over, 19-12. So, offense at this point not too big of an issue for Newark, even though they're not really shooting at a high clip, but they've given up 19 points in the first period with 1:30 to go.
Well, they've turned the ball over a little bit in this first quarter, and have had some shots that were a little ill-advised.
Vandemortel for 3 from the wing. It was open, but it was short again. Now here comes Hartsfield. He carried the basketball. No, actually, it's into the hands of Martinez. Newark has numbers. Martinez to the rim, but he's blocked from behind by Preston Mathis. I don't know if Martinez was aware of his teammates to his left, but he decided to take it right at the rim, and it was knocked out of bounds. Newark retains possession.
They had a little bit of a lead. Looked like maybe he was trying to draw the foul, but a nice defensive play by the Leopards.
They whip it to the corner off the inbounds to Jaden Peters. His three ball is way off the mark, hitting the rim on the short left side. And now here comes Greece-Odyssey. Pump fake from Hartsfield on the outside. Out top it goes to Mathis. He now shoots from the inside the free throw line. Well short, it's an air ball, but scooped up and put back in for Rommel Griffin. And now it is the biggest lead of the morning for the Leopards, 21-12. 50 seconds to go. Augusto lost it into the block to Mandamorto. Back out to Jaden Peters. He tries a three ball. That's way off the mark again. And now a chance to get the lead to double digits for Greece-Odyssey with 35 seconds in the quarter and 25 on the shot clock. More 2-3 zone from Newark. As Corey Canton gets it to Hartsfield, who buries a three from the near side wing. And what a quarter for Hartsfield. 3 3-pointers and 12 points. Biggest lead so far of the game, 24-12. 10 seconds to go, first period. Martinez has a basketball. Not sure if he's aware, but he starts to drive now into the lane. Out of control. Ball goes out of bounds, and it stays with Newark. 2.5 to shoot. Newark inbounding underneath their own basket. As we get another sub into the game, it would be Josh Half for Greece-Odyssey. And Martinez looks to inbound, throws it way up top to Vandemortel, and he drives, pulls up from the elbow, and he's fouled as time expires in the first quarter. I thought Vandemortel might pull up and take a three-pointer from the top of the key because there's only 2 seconds left, but he drives. Didn't think he'd get it off before the buzzer, but now he's heading to the free throw line, much in the exact same position as he was fouled when he made those 2 free throws to send it to overtime against Hornell. And unlike the game the other night, Vandemortel misses the first free throw.
And Vandemortel did a nice job of drawing that foul. Was able to kind of double clutch, hang in the air.
Second free throw rims out as well, so that'll do it for the first period of play here at the Blue Cross Arena. Hope you're enjoying your coffee and your cereal. It's Breakfast for Champions on FingerLakes1.com, and after one period of play here at the Blue Cross, it's Greece-Odyssey 24, Newark 12. More basketball straight ahead here on FingerLakes1.com.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With the new My Gen Perks mobile app from Generations Bank, you get access to thousands of local and national discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. The savings don't stop there. Generations Bank's Go Premium and Go Preferred checking accounts also include cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and 24/7 Tri-Bureau credit monitoring. Saving money is for everyone. Stop by any Generations office or visit mygenbank.com to open your account today. Member FDIC. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Thruway Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. Browse their full Cram-tastic new and used vehicle inventory online at BillCramChevrolet.com.
And second period just underway as Greece-Odyssey tries to drive from the left-hand side, and Preston Mathis misses at the rim. Newark rebounds. Josh Green into the game for Newark along with Nick Bernardi to go along with Augusto, Peters, and Vandemortel. And Green finds Bernardi, reverses it to Vandemortel. Corner three now on the way from Peters. It's an air ball. It's way off. And we have a foul. Or actually, the ball just went out of bounds off a Greece-Odyssey player. It'll stay with Newark, who's shooting at 26% from the field in that first period, Tony.
And Newark really struggling with putting the ball in the basket. And on the other side, what Greece-Odyssey just can't miss is they're shooting 62% behind the arc in that first quarter with 5 3-pointers.
Vandemortel throws it away and coming the other way for Greece-Odyssey and laying it up with the left hand and getting fouled by Jaden Peters. Really silly foul. It's Rommel Griffin.
And it was a little bit after he'd already gone past. Yeah. I'm surprised the official maybe didn't let that one go, as there was very little contact there by Peters. It was sort of a glancing contact after he'd already gone past.
So that's the first foul on Jaden Peters. Actually, that is the first team foul on Newark as Griffin completes a three-point play. And it's all Greece-Odyssey early. They lead by 15, 27, 12. And unlike Newark, Tani, the Leopards shooting 62% from three-point range in the first period. As now Augusto elbow throws it back out top of the key to Peters. Drives to the right side. Gets it to Vandermoort. Open for three, and another miss from the Reds from long range. And it's rebounded by Greece-Odyssey, and Eric Williams beats the Reds up court, but can't convert at the rim. And here comes Josh Green pushing it to Vandermoort. Vandermoort spins at the block, picks up his dribble, and throws it away. Coming the other way, yeah. It's Dylan Kometz, and the ball is out of bounds. Greece-Odyssey will take over as Trayvon Harper and Jaden Hartsfield check back in. So two of the better offensive threats for Greece-Odyssey have been on the bench for about the last 3 minutes of this ball game. They're now back in, and their team leads by 15. Corey Canton finds Harper, who drives after a pump fake and comes up short on the floater. Another offensive rebound for Greece-Odyssey, and a turnaround putback from Dylan Kometz, 29-12.
Things are quickly getting out of hand for the
Newark
Reds.
Augusto tosses it over the head of Nick Bernardi. Bernardi could have caught it, but instead it's off his hands and out of bounds in front of the Greece-Odyssey bench. Another turnover and a timeout, Newark.
And probably a good decision there for Coach Caparis to talk things over with his team. As you know, Newark Reds team really struggling with turning the ball over, and you know, not to discredit this Greece-Odyssey team, it's not like it's swarming really up in your face defensive pressure. It's just that Newark Reds pushing the pace a little bit too much and just making errant passes and really, you know, have had some silly turnovers in this first half that have cost them.
And, you know, a little bit of a quieter, more relaxed atmosphere with a 9 a.m. start, but the start that the Newark Reds are off to has really quieted their fans who are directly below us and to our left.
The dog pound down there, going shirtless as they like to do,
Yep.
some of the student section.
Yeah, it looks like there's 5 shirtless Newark students, and the mascot, the Fox, is also down there with 4 cheerleaders from Newark. Greece-Odyssey not bringing any cheerleaders as Dylan Kometz turns around from the right elbow. Doesn't draw iron, and Vandermoort got the rebound, immediately started dribbling down court, then pulled it up to Adian Elliott, and now Vandermoort swings it into Josh Green, who gets bothered at the block and misses badly. Probably got a piece of it, did Kometz, and here comes Odyssey the other way. It's Trayvon Harper driving right side, and he's fouled. So with 5:44 to go, second period, he'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. His team up 29-12. And Harper scoreless so far, looking to change that here with the first free throw as he comes up well short. He's easily identifiable there with his afro that's kind of collected in the headband, creating like a tower of hair at the top of his head.
He does have quite the updo working.
Oh boy, that free throw was way off as Newark takes over. Josh Green across the timeline, and he dribbles into the paint and lost it, but luckily right into the hands of Vandermoort, who missed a wide open layup, got his own rebound, and put it back up and in. 7 points for Mason Vandermoort. That's the first bucket for the Reds in about, almost 5 minutes of game time. And now Colbert plays catch with Kometz on the near side of the three-point arc over to Jaden Hartsfield who had 12 first quarter points. He drove baseline. Bernardi slapped the ball loose. It ended up in Devin Augusto's hands. Way up ahead to Vandermoort. He spins, falls, and just gives up the ball to Greece-Odyssey. Now Hartsfield back out to Harper. Wide open for 3. Yes! First points of the game for Trayvon Harper, and it's 32-14. Just under 5 minutes ago, Mason Vandermoort powers his way to the rim on the right side, banks it in. A lot of contact, no call. 32-16, 4:40 to go, second period. And now they work it to the foul line against this Newark zone. Back out to Harper. He tries another 3, and he knocks it down. And
boy, the shooting by this Greece-Odyssey team from the outside has been unbelievable in this first half. 70%. They're 7 out of 10 from behind the arc is Greece-Odyssey.
That's unbelievable, especially in this venue, as we got a 10-second call. Newark couldn't get it over the timeline, even though it was against minimal pressure. Boys need to settle down here and try to, dig into that Greece-Odyssey lead before halftime. There's 4:18 to go until half. It's 35-16. Is Colbert now to Harper, back to Colbert. Dribbling right hand on the right side of that zone. It's Peters and Green at the top of that zone. And now Colbert easily splits them and then dumps it to Preston Mathis, who's fouled, missed the shot. Looks like they're going to get Adian Elliott.
And Elliott had a good piece of that ball, tried to block it from behind.
And now Preston Mathis, well short on the first free throw attempt. So as hot as they're shooting from three-point line, they're 0 for 5 or 1 for 6 from the free throw line are the Leopards. Make that 2 for 7. As Mathis now has 4 points and the lead back to our biggest lead of the game actually at 20 points. And another turnover for Newark, as actually the ball's on the ground, but Augusto grabbed it, but he was sitting on the sideline right in front of Coach Couperas, who helps him up.
Augusto a little bit hesitant to grab that ball. He didn't realize that Harper had already touched it, and he was free to just pick it up and go.
This game's getting out of hand here early, Tani, as Greece-Odyssey now with a 20-point lead in the basketball. 3:40 to go second period. It's Trayvon Harper kicking it to the right wing, extended, and they actually missed a three-pointer. It was Jaden Hartsfield, and Josh Green mans the point now for Newark, but picks up his dribble. Now he's in trouble. Nobody's helping. They do find Adian Elliott, who dribbles to the foul line, picks up his dribble, finds Peters, top of the key. Green now open on the wing for three, and it's way off the mark, and rebound collected by Dylan Clements. Here come the Leopards again. Driving the lane, right side, a pretty pass from Jaden Hartsfield to Dylan Clements, who finishes. And Coach Couperas has seen enough. Timeout, Newark. 38-16, they trail. 3:02 to go second period. And Tony, this game is getting out of hand early. And when I say early in the game and early in the morning here, we're not even at 9:30 yet, and the Reds are trailing by 22.
Yeah, they've been struggling with turning the ball over. And the pace, I've been surprised by Newark's decision right from the opening tip to really push the tempo on every possession. They're shooting early in the shot clock cycle and really have been rushing a little bit from the start of the game on. And once they fell a little bit behind, things have snowballed on them a little bit. But, of course, credit to this Greece-Odyssey team. I mean, the outside shooting has just been unbelievable. They have not been missing. And so you sort of wonder, it's been a staple that Newark's been playing this 2-3 zone defensively all year. Will they be able to stay in the zone if Greece-Odyssey is going to shoot 70% from the three-point arc?
I guess if there's, some hope for Newark, it's that they can't possibly keep up this clip, right? But conversely, Newark can't buy a bucket. Newark, 4 points this quarter here. They only mustered 12 in the first. They have 16 points here with under 3 minutes to go in the half. As Martinez back into the ball game, Green takes a seat. Augusto
They're gonna get a
dribbles
5.
across the timeline, almost another violation here.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get a 5. I thought they were going to get a 10-second backcourt call again. And I think that's my boy, but they might be talking about it right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, they actually flagged Jaden Hartsfield for his first foul as he reached in on Augusto, and now Augusto inbounds to Vandemortel. Vandemortel passes to Martinez, and the Reds get to work here. 2:46 to go in the second quarter. Up top to Adian Elliott. He finds a cutting Peters, who dumps it into Devin Augusto. And Augusto, boy, he was wide open on the left side and missed the rim completely. And then Mason Vandemortel missed a point-blank range shot. And, come on, guys. You guys are a good basketball team. Let's make the open shots, right? I don't know if it's the bigger arena or the fact that it's 9:30 in the morning, but these some of these shots the Reds are missing. And there, Kyle Martinez passes it in right off Mason Vandemortel's face, but it popped up in the air and he collected it. And now Kyle Martinez, bounce pass to Devin Augusto, finds Martinez. Martinez now into the paint, a little floater, and Martinez banks it in. So Kyle Martinez now with 5 points, and the lead back to 20 for Greece-Odyssey. 2:07 to go, second period. Trayvon Harper gets to work. Still more 2-3 zone for Newark. It's Martinez and Peters at the top. It's Augusto, Elliott, and Vandemortel on the back line. Now Colbert hands off to Harper. He tries another three, and that one in and out. So a rare miss from beyond the arc for Greece-Odyssey, and Newark gets to work the other way. 1:41 remaining. Chance to get the lead under 20. Peters drives, and Peters finishes on the left side. He hung on the air, a little contact, squared the basket, kissed it off the backboard and in. So 38-20, and a little mini run from Newark, maybe giving them some momentum heading into halftime.
Yep, back-to-back possessions. Newark's able to score, get the stop on the other end, and Jaden Peters able to make a field goal as he's one of the big scorers for this Newark Reds team. We mentioned him as one of the keys to the game, and if Peters is going to be able to get hitting from the outside, it'll make a big difference in this Newark team being able to overcome this deficit and work their way back into the game.
So just 4 points for Jaden Peters so far here. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Mason Vandemortel with 9 points. Kyle Martinez with 5 and Adian Elliott with 2. That's all the scoring for the Reds. Can tell you about Finger Lakes Partners Insurance for your life, home, auto, and future locations in Geneva, Victor, and Waterloo. Get a free quote online at fingerlakesinsurance.com. So out of the timeout, Greece-Odyssey working against that Newark zone again. They find a space in the middle of the lane, but Hartsfield misses the shot. And now it's Trayvon Harper coming up with a loose ball and throwing it in from about 6 feet. So it's 8 points for Harper, lead back to 20. 1:07 to go in the half. Peters dribbles through the defense and finds Vandemortel in the quarter. Back to Peters. He's open for an NBA three, and he knocks it down.
Big three-point basket by Peters as that's his first long-range bucket of the game.
40-23, 50 seconds to go here. As Odyssey now passes near side to Hartsfield, and now they find Preston Mathis, who misses a free throw jumper, into the hands of Peters. He's pushing the pressure. He finds Kyle Martinez open for three on the wing. He's no good. Adian Elliott battles for the rebounds with Mathis, but Mathis comes up with it, and now the Leopards can hold for one shot as the shot clock's off. 18 seconds to go. 17-point lead here in the Class B1 Section 5 title game. 9 seconds left. It's Jaden Hartsfield now giving it up to Harper. Harper swings it back across to Hartsfield with 2 seconds. Three ball on the way, and it's no good. And Tani, they head to the halftime locker room down 17. And a little bit of hope as Jaden Peters started to heat up a little bit, but frustrating start for the Newark Reds.
Absolutely. Really struggled in that first half at times with turning the ball over and certainly poor shooting.
So we're going to step aside. When we come back, it'll be the Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report. And remember, coming up at 11 a.m. here on FL1 Radio, it's going to be South Seneca versus Oakfield, Alabama over at Victor High School. Once again, your score at halftime, Greece-Odyssey 40, Newark 23. It's the Section 5 Class B1 title game on FingerLakes1.com.
Check out Generations Go Premium and Go Preferred checking accounts with MyGen Perks. Visit mygenbank.com to open your account today. Little John Orthodontics are proud to support our area high school athletes. Visit them online at littlejohnortho.com.
This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com is made possible thanks to the support from Marshall Exteriors. Are you looking for a contractor to give you a new roof, siding, windows, or other exterior home project? Marshall Exteriors is your one-stop source for all of your home's exterior needs. Check out their website at marshallsexteriorsny.com, but don't forget they finish basements too. While you're talking with them, ask about their new Everlast Garage. This thing is amazing. It's a Wonderful Run 5K. It's a winter run like no other through the streets of Seneca Falls, the town that inspired Frank Capra's holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Learn more and register at itsawonderfulrun5k.com. Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, celebrating 22 years in the Finger Lakes with locations at 22 Main Street in Waterloo, 40 Exchange Street in Geneva, and Del Lago Resort and Casino. Dine in, take out, delivery, catering, and banquets. Order online at cicinos.com. Live, laugh, and eat well. It's the Italian way. Brad Van Dusen Photography is a full-service photographer serving the Finger Lakes region, offering family, senior, and wedding portraits, also specializing in sports photos, collages, banners, and other keepsakes for your student-athlete. For more information, find Brad on Facebook or visit bradvandusenphotography.com or visit bvdsports.com. Penny's Place Family Restaurant, located on 5 and 20 in the Liberty Plaza between Seneca Falls and Waterloo. Well known for their large portions and home-cooked meals, a large selection of breakfast items, and everything from burgers, salads, and wraps for lunch. If you want a great meal while pinching a penny, come to Penny's Place. Jimmer's Auto offers a full inventory of late model cars, trucks, and minivans. Check out their full inventory online at jimmersauto.com. And for service, visit Stever's Garage on Fall Street in Seneca Falls. Jimmer's Auto and Stever's Garage, strong supporters of local high school athletes for over 40 years. The Omen Theater in Lyons, the most modern theater in the Finger Lakes, is also the oldest theater in the U.S. See what's playing at omentheater.com. Red's Place in downtown Seneca Falls, locally owned for 42 years and serving great lunches Monday through Friday from 11:30 to 2 p.m. Wednesday night is wing night with 60-cent wings in 10 different varieties. For over 65 years, the Wilson Press and Mail House has been serving Central New York as commercial printers with a full-service mail house specializing in offset and digital printing, graphic design services, full mail house services, marketing and advertising plans, and fundraising programs. Call them today at 315-568-9693 or visit them online at wpress.com. Connie's Diner on Main Street in Waterloo has the ambiance you will only find in a true diner. Let the Cardozola family serve your next breakfast, lunch, or dinner from their vast menu of time-tested favorites and original recipes. Visit them online at connieswaterloo.com. The Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings of the Perfect Game Collegiate Baseball League. Your major league connection with 7 players drafted last season. The Downtown Deli in Seneca Falls, where a half is like a whole. Giant deli sandwiches, subs, daily lunch specials, and homemade soups, chili, and mac and cheese that will warm up even the coldest winter day. Also, try their famous paninis or star sandwiches. Check them out online at sfdowntowndeli.com.
It's Big Truckin' Deals here at Bill Cram Chevrolet. Check out this cramtastic inventory for big truckin' deals. Whatever truck you're looking for, we've got the inventory. Trucks for towing, trucks for family, trucks for work, and trucks for fun. Whatever you're into, we've got a big truckin' deal waiting for you. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our truckin' deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
And welcome back, everybody, inside the Blue Cross Arena, where your halftime score, Greece-Odyssey 40, Newark 23. It's a Bill Cram Chevrolet halftime report. And Tani, Newark kind of came out with a little mini run to start the game, and after that, it's just been all Greece-Odyssey. They've been absolutely unconscious from long range. And conversely, the Reds can't seem to make anything.
Yeah, Newark really struggled both inside and outside, had some problems turning the ball over, and really, we talked a little bit about it. The pace was interesting, by Newark's part, is when things were not going well, they were not slowing things down. They were speeding up and things were going faster and faster, and it snowballed a little bit for them in that first half. Now they were able to close the gap a little bit, as at one point the lead had gotten as high as 22 points. So a little mini run to finish out the half and settle things down. But I think, Coach Kuparis is going to have to talk about what adjustments they can make on the offensive end, because they really looked rattled and were struggling with the turnovers.
Yeah, run through the first half scoring for you. For the Newark Reds, it's Mason Vanderboer with 9 points. Jaden Peters with 7, 5 in the second period. Kyle Martinez with 5, a 3 and a 2, and Aiden Elliott with 2. And that's it. 23 points for the Greece-Odyssey Leopards. It's Jaden Hartsfield with 12, all in the first quarter. Trayvon with 8, all in the second quarter. Dylan Kometz with 6. And who else am I missing here? Ramel Griffin with 5 points. Preston Mathis with 4. And Eric Williams with 2. Looking at the rebounding numbers here. Looking for them on the stat sheet. You got them, Tony?
No, I don't know that they're...
Oh, right here, yeah. It's actually 18-18. So fairly even there on the rebounding side. And Newark, though, with 8 turnovers to Greece-Odyssey 3. But the biggest differential is Newark 3 for 13 from three-point range. Greece-Odyssey 7 of 13. Greece-Odyssey also shooting just under 50% from the field at 15 for 32. Newark just 10 for 32 from the field. And so with about 2 minutes left on the halftime clock here, the players are back out on the court, and Greece-Odyssey just doing some free shooting. Newark running through a layup drill. And, if you're Coach Kuparis or any coach for that matter, and your team trails by 17, you can't get it all back at once. You want to try to come out, win the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, and if you do that, you're probably back in the ball game. And but if Greece-Odyssey starts out this second half with a run of their own, this ball game's over.
Yeah, I think pace-wise is going to be important for Newark to take their time a little bit. They can't get it back all at once, like you said, and they've got to make good decisions about the offensive looks that they're getting. But their shooters have got to heat up a little bit. Jaden Peters, we saw finally knock down a 3 late in the first half after missing several from behind the arc in the first quarter. And Mason Vandermoortel struggled a little bit from the outside too. And so if those two are able to get going a little bit, and Newark's able to cut down on the turnovers, they'll get right back into the game.
So both teams now over on the bench, getting ready for the second half here from the Blue Cross. Again, just getting you up to date on all the action from this weekend, championship weekend on FingerLakes1.com. The Lions with their 19th sectional title in school history, second most in all of Section 5 to only East High. They defeated Red Jacket out of the Finger Lakes West 80-66 to capture the Class C2 title game. Then in the nightcap last night here at the Blue Cross, it was Marcus Whitman falling to C.G. Finney. So Monday night at Newark, Lions is going to take on C.G. Finney in a venue that's just 3 minutes from from their home down Route 31. That's going to be a good one for a chance to advance to take on Cal Mama on Wednesday night, and that game will be to see Section 5's Class B or Class C representative to the Far West Regional. Also last night, the Mid-Lakes Lady Screaming Eagles go back-to-back in Section 5 Class B1, winning 75-63, scoring 55 second half points against Batavia. And second half action is underway. Newark with the basketball. It was inbounded, and Jaden Peters was fouled by Jaden Hartsfield. So that's a second for Hartsfield. And now Newark with the basketball, moving from our right to left. Vandermoortel finds Kyle Martinez on the right wing, and now back up top to Augusto. Lofts it into Peters on the foul line. He pulls up from 8 feet, and that's off the mark. Nice box out and rebound by Dylan Kometz. Here comes Odyssey. It's Trayvon Harper. More 2-3 zone from Newark. And now they find Hartsfield on the left wing. He just drives uncontested, finishes right at the rim. And Hartsfield now has 14. 42-23. Odyssey leads. 7:20 to go, third period. Martinez finds Vandemortel, throws it to Augusto at the foul line. He drives left side of the lane, and this time Devin Augusto finishes with a kiss, his first bucket of the game.
Augusto is able to get the ball from the free throw line. One power dribble and a nice finish with the left hand.
Now Kometz gets the ball and hits from just inside the lane. 44-25. Kometz with 8. Newark breaks the pressure. Kyle Martinez finds Vandemortel in the corner. Back to Martinez. Martinez throws it away, trying to get it to Augusto. And now way up ahead, it's Hartsfield. Collects the pass and lays it in off the right side. And now it's 46-25. Lead up to 21. And almost a turnover. Augusto just kind of threw it into Peters on the inbounds pass. And Trayvon Harper streaked in and almost stole it,
and Newark has to take better care of the ball. Those last two possessions, errant passes, easily tipped or stolen by this Greece-Odyssey team.
So now inbounded to Martinez. He tries to get it across the timeline, reverses it to Augusto, who dribbles with the left hand across the midcourt stripe, and he almost lost it, but he was fouled by Trayvon Harper. Just the first foul on Harper. Just the third team foul of the morning on Greece-Odyssey. Martinez holds the ball, one dribble, out top to Augusto, near the midcourt stripe. He dribbles in towards the top of the key, throws a lob pass to Vandemortel on the left wing, back to Augusto. Augusto now at the foul line, picks up his dribble. Pass tip to Jaden Peters, who rises and fires from the right elbow and knocks it down. 9 points for Jaden Peters, 46-27. 5:48 to go, third period. Harper drives the lane, blocked by Augusto. Here comes Peters. Reds don't have numbers. It's 2-on-3, but Peters goes straight to the hole, pump fake, and finishes with a little fadeaway kiss on the left side. And Jaden Peters with 11 points, 46-29. So let's see if the Reds can get a stop. It is Harper at the top of the key, waving off Colbert. Now working off a pick, swings it in front of the Leopards bench for a 3-ball attempt from Jaden Hartsfield. It's no good. Nice box out by Adrianelli. Outlet to Martinez. Up to Vandemortel, and the ball went right through Vandemortel's hands and out of bounds, and the pass was a little behind him.
Yeah, Vandemortel did a good job getting out in transition, and Kyle Martinez just struggling to deliver that pass as he threw it behind Mason.
I mean, that was a 2-on-1 opportunity. Instead, the ball back to Greece-Odyssey, and Newark has to hope for another stop. Kometz out to Harper. Long 3-ball top of the key, rims in and out, but streaking in for the rebound, Dylan Kometz. He misses the putback. Eric Williams with the rebound. He's hammered by Adian Elliott, and now he'll shoot 2 free throws. So 4:50 to go, third period, 46-29. Reminder, coming up after our ball game here at the Blue Cross, we'll kick it over to Jason Hunt, who's producing in Victor High School, and Dave Barnick and Jerry Anderson will have the call from the Class C3 Girls Championship game between South Seneca and Oakfield, Alabama, as Eric Williams makes the first free throw. Now he eyes the rim and lets go, and that one off the front iron, backboard, and down and through the cylinder. 48-29. Newark quickly the other way. Jaden Peters tried to go behind his back, but Trayvon Harper was right there and stole it. His pass up ahead, though, almost out of bounds, and as Hartfield tried to save it into the hands of Augusto, and then Augusto, under minimal pressure from one corner of the court, threw it right over the head of his teammate and out of bounds in front of the Odyssey bench, so it goes back to Odyssey. Another turnover for Newark as Trayvon Harper probes the top of that zone. Got it to Ray Colbert, who drove the lane and tried to find Williams underneath, but it went out of bounds on the baseline. So here you go. Newark has another opportunity. Greece-Odyssey not coming out firing on all cylinders, but so far Newark unable to capitalize due to the turnovers. Martinez picks up his dribble and then he gives it to Augusto, which your point guard giving it to the tallest guy on the court, and we got timeout Coach Couperis as Newark was in danger of picking up their second 10-second violation of the game.
Yeah, Couperis wisely takes a timeout there. And boy, you were right on it, Jim. Kyle Martinez, the team's point guard, giving the ball to Augusto, who's been struggling with advancing that ball across. We saw him freeze in the last play, turn it over, and just not able to make good decisions against, really, not the most aggressive press in the world. Odyssey's contesting a little bit. They're getting their hands up, but Newark just making some really poor decisions in the passing game as they've accumulated 13 turnovers to this point.
And Odyssey is super athletic, talented team. This number 1 seed here. Newark the number 2 seed in Class B1. But Newark really shooting themselves in the foot here in this odd early Saturday morning championship game at the Blue Cross. So Augusto inbounds to Vandemortel. Vandemortel finds Kyle Martinez right in front of Coach Couperis. He dribbles with the right hand, picks up his dribble. Now he's in trouble. Nobody coming to help. And they throw it way up top to Vandemortel now, who finds Augusto top of the key. Swings it to Peters. He's wide open from long range. Front iron no good. And Vandemortel streaking in for the rebound, picks up a foul. It'll go back to Greece-Odyssey, and that should be just the first foul on Vandemortel. Give me a chance to tell you about Brad Van Dusen Photography, offering family, senior, and wedding portraits, as well as specializing in photos of area student athletes. Book your appointment at bradvandusenphotography.com. 3:47 to go, 48-29. Odyssey leads Newark. Dylan Kometz with the ball, top of the key. Ball goes inside, now back out to Harper, who drives right side, and his shot is blocked by Adian Elliott. Blocked it down into Harper's leg and out of bounds on the baseline. Newark will take over, so things are going well for Newark defensively. Let's see if they can get something going offensively. Peters picks up his dribble, gives it again to Augusto, and the Reds are going to have to hurry to get it across. They do. It's Kyle Martinez collecting the pass from Vandemortel and taking it straight to the rim. He's fouled as his shot is blocked on the right side, so Kyle Martinez will shoot a couple free throws. And, Tony, it does feel like if the Reds can just make a run here that this game isn't over. They can get back into it, but time running out in the third quarter, I think they need to get it at the very least, under 15 points heading into the final period.
For sure, and the hot shooting of this Odyssey team has really cooled off in the second half, as we thought it might, because they were shooting at an incredible clip. But Odyssey's also been turning the ball over a little bit themselves here, and Newark just not been able to capitalize.
So Martinez makes both free throws. The lead's down to 17. See if the Reds can get a stop here as they're in that 2-3 zone with Martinez and Peters at the top. Vandemortel, Elliott, and Augusto along the baseline. And it's Kometz in the middle of that zone, rising for a free throw jumper, no good. Skying for the rebounds, Mason Vandemortel. He's pushing it up court across the timeline with the left hand. He's now at the foul line. Almost loses it. Gets it to Martinez, though. Martinez has his pass deflected out of bounds. And Eric Williams checking back into the game now for Dylan Kometz. The Reds sticking with their same 5. Not sure if the Reds have had one substitution. Josh Green played a little bit, but just 6 Reds seeing action so far today. Vandemortel playing catch with Martinez at the top of this. So Martinez's pass deflected by Colbert out of bounds. And it looks like it's a 3-2 zone here, Tony, for Greece-Odyssey with Harper at the top.
They're really extending at the top of the zone.
Martinez working off a pick from Elliott. Gets it to the corner for Vandemortel for 3. Oh, in and out. That was a good stroke, but couldn't get it to go. Here comes Trayvon Harper. That would have been a big one for the Reds to get it down to 14. Instead, they still trail by 17. And now an open corner 3 from Odyssey is no good. Martinez pulls it in. Here come the Reds. So the Reds have stopped the Leopards on 5 consecutive possessions, but unable to muster a field goal. Just those 2 free throws from Martinez. Now Peters works near side wing, gets it back up top to Martinez, dribbling with the right hand, bounce pass into the lane to Elliott, shuffles it to Augusto. Augusto on the block. He is blocked by Eric Williams, but fouled by Eric Williams, so more free throws coming for the Reds.
And that was a good possession by the Newark Reds that time, as they're able to work the ball inside and outside and then get the ball to a cutting Augusto to get a chance for a layup.
Second foul for Eric Williams. Augusto now shooting 2. First one's on the way and rattles around and in. So 3 points now for Devin Augusto as Nick Bernardi checks in and Josh Green, Aiden Elliott, and Martinez takes a seat. I was incorrect earlier. The Reds have played 7. Bernardi did see about a minute of action in the first half. Second free throw from Augusto. Front iron and over the top and down. 48-33. It's the closest the Reds have been since early second quarter. 1:52 to go here in the third. And now it looks like the Reds sticking with that 2-3 zone, and a driving shot from Jaden Hartsfield misses the mark, but they collect the offensive rebound, and now it's in to the right block to Hartsfield again, and he misses from the right side, but he's fouled.
They're going to get Bernardi with the foul there.
That's a 13 foul this half for the Reds, and now Hartsfield misses the first free throw. 1:35 to go in the third. 15-point lead for the Leopards, 48-33. Second free throw, back iron, and eventually down, so the lead up to 16. Here comes Newark. Josh Green gives it to Augusto again in the backcourt. They get it across to Peters. Peters pulls up from just inside the free throw line, misses it, but he's fouled. That's going to be the third foul on Eric Williams. So slowly but surely, the Reds inching closer. A couple free throws from Peters will get the lead down to 14. And then you hope to win the last 1:25 of this third quarter. Reds, as Peters knocks down the first free throw, the Reds really with an opportunity to maybe get this even into single digits.
Yeah, defensively, things have really tightened up for the Reds. Greece-Odyssey's cooled off with their outside shooting. And Newark slowly inching their way back into it. Still struggling from the field, but have been able to convert from the free throw line. Of course, not that time.
Peters comes up empty on the second attempt, 49-34, the lead at 15. And now Greece-Odyssey, it was Corey Canton thinking about a three-pointer, wearing the hyper bright yellow lime sneakers. Works it around the top of this Newark zone to his teammate Ramel Griffin, and now Canton takes a three, and it's an air ball and out of bounds to Newark. So 1 minute left in the third period. Big minute here for the Reds if they want any chance to come back in this ball game. They really got to win this last minute. They need a bucket, a stop, and maybe another bucket, but they're having trouble getting across midcourt. Coach Gruperis might need to call a timeout. Augusto dribbles across the timeline, and it's a 10-second call.
Boy, that was a pretty quick call there.
And I actually thought Augusto had cleared the timeline before he blew the whistle, but, you could see that coming. Just another, that's the third 10-second violation.
But it has been a heavy burden for Augusto, as it looks like he is being put in the position of being the primary ball handler against the press.
I'd rather see Peters or Martinez or really a number of other players than Augusto, but muscling his way to the rim and finishing there is Dylan Kometz now with 10 points. And again, Newark struggling to get it over, but they do. Mason Vandermortel picks it up, finds Josh Green wide open, so wide open he didn't know what to do, and he threw it away. I mean, in that situation, take it to the basket and take the easy 2 points. But instead he threw it across court, passing up the wide open lane to the basket. And now with under 10 seconds to go in the third, it's a 17-point lead for Greece-Odyssey. Eric Williams drives the lane, hangs, can't finish, but offensive rebound and a foul. Yeah, we got a foul. So that was Ramel Griffin with the offensive rebound and fouled on the putback with just 0.9 seconds to go. And any hope that the Reds maybe had to build some more momentum into the fourth period is lost due to the sequence of events that just occurred in the last minute. More turnovers, and Griffin knocks down the first free throw now in the lead, back to 18.
Yeah, Reds had gotten it as low as 15, and then back-to-back turnovers and some points by Odyssey. And
Griffin makes them both. 0.9 left, ball goes in. Peters can't even handle the uncontested inbounds pass as the Reds clearly flustered. but there is 8 minutes left to go here from the morning kickoff to 7 games of championship basketball here in the Blue Cross Arena. Your score, Greece-Odyssey 53, Newark 34. Final 8 minutes coming up next here from the Big House.
This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you thanks to the support of Generations Bank, Bill Cram Chevrolet, Little John Orthodontics, Marshall Exteriors, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, Brad Van Dusen Photography, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, Stever's Garage, The Omen Theater, Red's Place, Wilson Press, Connie's Diner, the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings, the Downtown Deli, and FingerLakes1.com digital marketing.
It's Big Truckin' Deals here at Bill Cram Chevrolet. Check out this cram-tastic inventory for big truckin' deals. Whatever truck you're looking for, we've got the inventory. Trucks for towing, trucks for family, trucks for work, and trucks for fun. Whatever you're into, we've got a big truckin' deal waiting for you. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our trucking deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
And fourth quarter action underway. Greece-Odyssey with the basketball. Working around that zone, and now a three-pointer on the way from Hartsfield's off the mark, but an offensive rebound, and now the long 18-foot jump shot knocked down from Ramel Griffin. Griffin having a nice night with 9 points, and there we go. Devin Augusto got the ball in the paint, spun with his left hand, and finished right over the front of the rim. Devin Augusto now with 6 points, 55-36. 7 minutes left to go in the ball game. Hartsfield now slices through that Newark zone, and he's fouled. Misses the shot. More free throws coming. And Tani with that lead at 19, it just feels like it's a matter of time. I think Newark's going to have to come forward with some pressure of their own from full court as Hartsfield misses the free throw.
And that last possession, Newark extended a little bit to try and do some pressure, but Odyssey didn't have any trouble handling it as they're able to advance the ball quickly. But yeah, it certainly feels like time is really the enemy of the Reds at this point.
Hartsfield does miss both free throws, as now Peters brings it across the timeline, goes straight to the basket and misses at the rim, but gets his own rebound, misses a baseline jumper now, and the rebound by Komet, and he's fouled immediately by Adian Elliott. And with 6:47 to go, that's a 17th foul on Newark, so we're going to be shooting one and one here. First free throw back iron, no good. So 3 straight missed free throws for Greece-Odyssey. Rebounded by Peters, out to Martinez. Martinez between the leg to Vandemortel. Again, Martinez, Vandemortel, Peters, and Elliott on the court. 4 seniors potentially playing their last minutes of basketball in the Newark Reds uniform right now. Bounce pass to Vandemortel on the free throw line. Drives left side, blocked by a couple of Leopards. Here comes Greece-Odyssey the other way. Kometz drives the middle of that zone, kicks it back out to Harper, and Harper's 3 ball's no good. Long rebound collected by Greece-Odyssey. And they tried to whip it into Williams. It was broken up by Augusto and into the hands of Newark. Here comes Martinez across the timeline. Dribbling with the right side hand, kicks it out to Vandemortel. Thought about a 3, finds Carl Martinez in the corner. 20 seconds to shoot. 5:54 left in the ball game. And it's Adian Elliott on the free throw line. He's fouled, and it looks like Dylan Kometz is heading over to the Odyssey bench to get something looked at on his hand. Looks like maybe a cut. And with that, we have Jaden Hartsfield checking back into the game. Martinez underneath his own basket, way out top to Vandermortel. Fresh shot clock, but they'll have to move quickly, down 19. Vandermortel open for a wing three. That's no good, but streaking in for the rebound is Augusto, who then misses the open putback. And 5:34 remaining. Greece-Odyssey 55, Newark 36. I'm Jim Sinicropi alongside Tane Robinson here, high above the court at the Blue Cross, and Trayvon Harper just lofts it over the top of that zone to Eric Williams, who pump fakes to get the Newark defenders by him and then lays it in. And the lead, just like that, is back up to 21, and Newark had got it down to 15, had multiple opportunities to get it below 15, couldn't convert, and with 5:16 to go, odds are that the Newark Reds season is about to come to an end here on the floor of the Blue Cross.
Certainly things looking bleak at this point, but I'm sure Coach Couperis talking with his team about protecting the basketball and talking about, like what you referenced, Jim, is what are we going to do after we make a basket? How do we speed up the tempo and try and implement some full court pressure to see if we can force this Odyssey team into turning the ball over, because they got to do something different if they're going to find a way to chip back into this Greece-Odyssey lead.
So you figure that Newark's going to have to bring some full court pressure at some point, which could be a double-edged sword there, because of
course, you got to be able to score in order to set up the pressure.
Yeah, and then even if you do, Odyssey could really open it up the way they've been playing. I mean, Newark sitting back in that 2-3 zone has really prevented Odyssey from getting out in the open court and scoring, but nonetheless, they still have 57 points here with 5:16 to go, and that's with not a very impressive offensive second half. It was mostly the hot shooting off the start, shooting 80% in the first quarter from long range. So Newark back to work now. Augusto inbounds backcourt to Jaden Peters. Peters across the timeline, behind the back by Harper, picks up his dribble and then throws a bounce pass to Devin Augusto that's picked off by Greece-Odyssey. And Peters tried to strip Roy Colbert, but he fouled him. And so now more free throws coming for Greece-Odyssey. Connie's Diner has the ambiance you will only find in a true diner. Check out their menu at connieswaterloo.com. And for over 65 years, Wilson Press has been serving Central New York as a commercial printer with a full-service mailhouse. Get in touch with them online at wpress.com. And the most modern theater in the Finger Lakes is also the oldest in America. See what's playing at the omentheater.com. And now one of two free throws for Colbert. And almost another turnover for Newark. But Martinez comes up with it, swings it to Vandermorel, drives baseline, spins, got directly underneath the basket, couldn't get a shot up. Peters misses the point-blank follow-up. Another miss for Newark at the rim, and a rebound by Greece-Odyssey. Now they have a 4-on-1 break, and boy, it was Ray Colbert going up for the wide-open, uncontested layup, and he just lost the ball. It flew up in the air over the rim and out of bounds.
Looked like Colbert maybe never had been able to field that pass cleanly. A little bit of a break for Newark as certainly it was about to be an uncontested layup.
So a little gut check for the Reds here, down 22, 4:33. That last sequence of events, it looked like the Reds were about to throw up the white flag, getting beat down the court by the Leopards. Now they get back to work. Vandermortel, corner three is off the mark, but streaking in for the rebound is Devin Augusto, or Adian Elliott, but he misses. Now he dives to the ground trying to out-hustle a Greece-Odyssey Leopard, and he did. The ball went off of Greece-Odyssey, so Newark basketball right in front of the scorer's table near midcourt between the midcourt stripe and Coach Couperis. They inbound to Martinez. Fresh shot clock, 4:14 to go, 58-36. Odyssey over Newark. Vandermorel now wide open for three. Instead, he drives to the lane, tries to hit a floater, misses again. And we have a foul as Jaden Hartsfield was kind of pushed out of bounds on the baseline after the rebound. So 90 feet, more free throws coming. And the Newark Reds, second place in the Finger Lakes East this year, came into this ball game at 17-3 as the number 2 seed here in Section 5 Class B1. Counting down the minutes here to their season and the career of the multiple seniors as Martinez tried to go behind the back between a double team. It's stolen by Greece-Odyssey. Hartsfield now spins, misses at the rim. And Martinez, Adian Elliott on the ground for another rebound. He's playing hard here in the waning moments of this one, but basketball to Greece-Odyssey, and the Greece-Odyssey fans across the arena from our vantage point appreciate the effort as Eric Williams, nice entry pass from Harper on the block, is fouled from behind by Adian Elliott. And that's a fourth foul on Elliott, and more free throws for the Leopards. Eric Williams.
And Coach Couperis, it looks like, is about ready to let some of the other players on the team experience some game time here at the Blue Cross Arena. And he's going to take everyone out.
Substitutions, and there goes Kyle Martinez, Jaden Peters, Adian Elliott, Devin Augusto out of the game, along with Mason Vandemortel. And not the game they were hoping for here in the Blue Cross, but a successful season and great careers for all four of those Newark Reds.
Absolutely. After last year's season, I don't think anybody thought that the Newark Reds were going to be as improved as they were this year. 17-3, a real exciting semifinal win. They're able to defeat Wayne in league play, and so a lot of season highlights that these kids are going to remember.
And you get to the Blue Cross, that's a successful season. That's
Absolutely.
The goal for so many teams. And then you get here, you kind of see what happens, and it just didn't happen for the Reds today. But maybe they should have played this second group, because Odyssey still has their starters in the ball game, and that was a great drive by Kyle French, who threw a great bounce pass to, who made that basket? I want to get it right for the kid. Kyle French kind of drove to the foul line. A great bounce pass.
That was Camp, number 32. I think.
Oh, you know what? He's a JV.
One of the JV players, but Camp, a talented player. We've seen the Newark JV teams play a couple of exciting games this year, and so this Red squad will reload, and they'll continue to be one of the stronger programs in certainly in Finger Lakes and then in Section 5.
Despite the losses to graduation for Coach Couperis' squad, as you mentioned, a great JV team, and let's not forget that the Wayne Eagles lost their big 3 or 4 guys, from those sectional title games of our teams of the last 2 years. Of course, they lost in the semis this year to a really tough East High team that'll play here at the Blue Cross later tonight. Long rebound. Kyle French couldn't get to it. And now a finish at the rim from Trayvon Harper. And I don't know what Coach Grzyliak is doing, but he's got his starters in here. And now we got a turnover and a run out the other way. It's Trayvon Harper. And how about some subs, Coach?
Yeah, and it looks like there's a couple coming to check in. But, a little surprising when one team empties their bench that the other team doesn't follow.
And they're at the block driving and missing. Trying to make sure we get this. Is that number 2, Dustin? Is that Dustin Case down there? Yeah. So Dustin Case looking like a young Jaden Peters with the long flowing locks of strawberry blonde hair. Knocks down a free throw, so Dustin Case in the box score, scoring a point here at the Blue Cross Arena. And the second free throw misses. Rimmed around and almost fell. Instead, it came back over the front of the rim and out. And Kyle French with some good defense on the baseline. Forces the ball out of bounds, but it will stay with Odyssey. 1:57 to go. Odyssey 62, Newark 39. Odyssey counting down the seconds to the Section 5 Class B1 championship as the pass goes out top, and now we do have 5 fresh faces in for Greece-Odyssey, and there is a 3-ball from Luke Snyder. Pushing it up ahead, it's Case. Stopping at the elbow, out to Kyle French. Now he drives the lane, goes straight to the basket, and he has his shot blocked out of bounds. Will maintain possession.
Kyle French, of course, also one of the seniors in this Reds team, so nice for him to get a chance to see some action out on the Blue Cross floor.
Couple more JV players checking into the game. Actually, Anthony Wright tried to collect the inbounds pass, but it went off his hands out of bounds. Don't have all these kids' names on my roster. And we're pretty high up. It's tough to read the numbers as well. So I apologize if I'm missing anybody. 3-ball attempt from Odyssey off the mark, but the putback up and in, much to the delight of the bench for Odyssey. It's Gerald Gayton. And now at the rim and missing.
It's Camp.
It's Camp again. Boy, Camp a big boy.
Oh, yeah.
Be seeing extensive minutes next year for the Reds, I'm sure.
And we saw a lot of him in some JV games this year. He's a big, tall kid, and he's able to finish well around the rim.
Makes the first free throw. He now has 3 points. We have 1:10 to go here at the Blue Cross. And his second free throw comes up way short. Glances the front of the rim, and now running up ahead and finishing is Luke Schneider, who has 5 points. He was fouled at the rim pretty hard too, but no call. Reds working around the outside, almost a turnover there. As Greece-Odyssey fans starting to celebrate a little bit across the way. Real subdued atmosphere here for a Saturday morning game, and that's no excuse for the Reds, but it is a little bit disappointing when you do get to the Blue Cross and you find out your game time for the title game is at 9 a.m.
Sure.
I mean that's a rec league, 4th grade basketball game time, not a Section 5 title game tip time.
And, of course, to share, to make sure that everybody gets a chance to play here, that tends to be the case. But they do historically have always, left those later in the evening spots for the larger schools. But.
So 10 seconds left in the game. The chant of Odyssey coming from the fans across the way. A foul or a turnover by Odyssey with 6 seconds left to go. Stay with us for the Little John Orthodontic Smiles with Style postgame show coming up after the conclusion of this game. And with 1 second left to go, a 3-ball off the mark from Newark, and the Odyssey Leopards storm midcourt. They are your 2019 Section 5 Class B1 champions. They'll move on to the state playing round, where they will face the winner of the next game between Wellsville and Wayland Cohocton. Keep it right here on Finger Lakes One Radio. We're going to be back with the Little John Orthodontic Smiles with Style postgame show. And then after that, we're going to kick it over to Victor High School for the South Seneca Oakfield, Alabama Class C3 girls title game. It'll be Dave Barnick and Jerry Anderson. So keep it right here on Finger Lakes One Radio.
This live presentation of Wayne Finger Lakes High School basketball on FingerLakes1.com is brought to you thanks to the support of Generations Bank, Bill Cram Chevrolet, Little John Orthodontics, Marshall Exteriors, It's a Wonderful Run 5K, Cicino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, Finger Lakes Partners Insurance, Brad Van Dusen Photography, Penny's Place Family Restaurant, Stever's Garage, The Omen Theater, Red's Place, Wilson Press, Connie's Diner, the Newark Pilots and Geneva Red Wings, the Downtown Deli, and FingerLakes1.com digital marketing.
It's Big Truckin' Deals here at Bill Cram Chevrolet. Check out this cram-tastic inventory for big truckin' deals. Whatever truck you're looking for, we've got the inventory. Trucks for towing, trucks for family, trucks for work, and trucks for fun. Whatever you're into, we've got a big truckin' deal waiting for you. All roads lead to Bill Cram Chevrolet, Waterloo Exit 41, Highway 5 and 20 in Seneca Falls. See all our truckin' deals at BillCramChevrolet.com.
The newest way to save money is also the easiest way to save money. With the new My Gen Perks mobile app from Generations Bank, you get access to thousands of local and national discounts on shopping, dining, travel, and so much more. The savings don't stop there. Generations Bank's Go Premium and Go Preferred checking accounts also include cell phone protection, roadside assistance, and 24/7 Tri-Bureau credit monitoring. Saving money is for everyone. Stop by any Generations office or visit mygenbank.com to open your account today. Member FDIC. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal: to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod Littlejohn and Dr. Liz Barbie are proud to support our area high school athletes.
And welcome back inside the Blue Cross Arena. And boy, that game moved fast. It's only 10:18 a.m. and the game's concluded here. It's a Littlejohn Orthodontic Smiles with Style post-game show here on FingerLakes1.com. We've got stats coming up. Then look who's bringing up the stats. It's Devin Veeder, Lions' own Devin Veeder, providing the statistics up here. Hello there, Devin Veeder. Thank you very much. Yeah, they might need one over there. Okay. So once again, if you're just tuning in, the final score, Greece-Odyssey 69, Newark 40. It was never much of a game from the start. Newark made a little mini run midway through the third quarter to get that lead down to 15. And at that point, they had 4 possessions with a chance to get it under that mark of 15, but ultimately they couldn't. And they end up losing here by 29. Your final score, Odyssey 69, Newark 40. And before we get into the individual stats, Tani, there was one stat that really stood out to you.
Yeah, and looking at this team statistics, of course, we referenced turnovers a number of times. And Newark finished the game with 19 turnovers to just 8 for Odyssey. But off of turnovers, Odyssey was able to score 25 points off of turnovers to 0 for Newark. So really, turnovers were the story of this game, and Odyssey's ability to turn the turnovers into points.
And right now the post-game festivities happening, the Newark Reds being recognized individually before the Greece-Odyssey Leopards will be recognized and awarded the Section 5 Class B1 sectional trophy, or the block as they call it.
And always a tough pill to swallow if you're the second place team there and watch while the other team gets recognized. But of course, we talked about it before. Nice accomplishment by this Newark Reds team. We're able to do what almost every other team in Section 5 wants an opportunity to do, which is get a chance to play here at the Big House. And a real successful season for the Newark Reds, despite disappointment I'm sure that they're feeling at this time.
We had 3 Wayne Finger Lakes teams make it here. That would be Newark, of course, along with last night Marcus Whitman, who also lost against a tough private school, C.G. Finney, in the C1 title game. One sectional champion, the Lions beating a game bunch of Red Jacket Indians, who really kept that game closer than Newark was able to keep this one against Odyssey. And there you go. They are announcing Greece-Odyssey right now. The Leopards coming out, receiving the net, commemorative ball, and the block, which they are now hoisting over their head at midcourt, as the Newark fans have started to shuffle out of the arena. The ones that have remained are just kind of standing and watching. And going to get a look at the all-tournament team coming up here in a moment as well. But I'll run through some final statistics for you on the scoring department from Jaden Hartsfield. He led all scorers with 17. Trayvon Harper with 12 for Greece-Odyssey. Eric Williams, 6 points, 9 rebounds. Dylan Kometz, 8 points, 7 rebounds. Trayvon Harper also dished out 4 assists and had 3 steals. Corey Canton with 6. Rommel Griffin with 9. Luke Snyder with 5 points late in the game. Ray Colbert with 4. And Gerald Gayton with 2. For the Newark Reds, Jaden Peters with 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist in his final game as a Newark Red. He's been up on varsity for 3 years. Mason Vandemorter with 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 block shots. Next up would be Kyle Martinez, 7 points, 2 assists. Devin Augusto, a junior, he'll be back next year, 6 points, 6 rebounds. Adian Elliott, 2 points, 5 rebounds. And Dustin Case with a point. And then Isaiah Camp, 3 points. And that's a name you're going to be hearing a lot about next year for this Newark squad. Again, 69-40, your final score. Newark just 15 of 54 from the field and 3 of 17 from three-point line. And they weren't much better from the free throw line at 7 for 13. Conversely, it was Greece-Odyssey shooting 26 of 62, 8 of 23 from the free throw line, only 9 of 22 from the free throw line, 8 of 23 from three-point range. And so ultimately, Odyssey didn't shoot the lights out either. They really came out with a poor second half, but Newark could never get it going from the start of this game. Mason Vandemortel missing a lot of open shots he normally makes and really hanging out on the perimeter. I always felt that when Vandemortel could get down on the block, he could do a lot of damage. But this is a very physical Greece-Odyssey team. And, again, a lot of great memories for this senior class, particularly for Mason Vandemortel, making those 2 really clutch free throws to send the game into overtime with their season on the line against Hornell, to get the opportunity to come here and play on this court. He also had a huge effort, 34 points against the Wayne Eagles in that big home win to conclude the regular season for Newark. Kyle Martinez knocked down a bunch of big shots this year for the Reds, and Jaden Peters, a lot of big games where he would just explode for 15, 18 points in a matter of 4 or 5 minutes. So Adian Elliott, a key component of this team, doing a lot of the dirty work for him. So, these kids got nothing to be ashamed of. I'm sure they're disappointed here at 10:24 in the morning to see their season end at 10:24 in the morning in Rochester, New York. But Tani, Reds have nothing to be ashamed of. Like you said, only 4 Wayne Finger Lakes teams got here. Newark, Red Jacket, Lions, and Marcus Whitman, and only 1 was victorious in Lions. So a successful season for the Reds and an important season for Coach Paris, who was coming off, by Newark standards, just an awful season last year with a 7-14 mark. Bouncing back, they'll end their season now with a mark of 17-4 and a championship game appearance.
Yeah, certainly. And Coach Caparis, as a coach, is his first trip to the Blue Cross Arena, and certainly, we talked about the players, benefiting from the experience. Certainly, coaching staff benefits from repetition of being in situations like this too. And I'm sure Coach Caparis will, have some takeaways from this, and with that exciting JV squad they've got coming back next year, don't be surprised to see the Newark Reds right up at the top of the Wayne Finger Lakes League again next year.
And Josh Green just being recognized with the Sportsmanship Award for Class B1. And now we'll find out who's going to make the all-tournament team. Remember, keep it right here on Finger Lakes 1 Radio. Coming up in just about 15, 20 minutes from now, it will be South Seneca Lady Falcons against the Oakfield Alabama Hornets in the Section 5 Class C3 girls title game over at Victor High School. Should be a wild scene. I mean, kids love coming to the Blue Cross, and it sure is a unique experience for the fans and players. But, man, it's such a departure from the excitement and intensity that you'll find in a title game at a high school gymnasium.
Certainly. The atmosphere ends up being a lot different here, when you're in an arena that can seat, many, many more students, This championship game this morning, of course, the time being in the morning might have affected things a little bit, but it just looks empty in here, and if we're in a gymnasium, you have a much more sort of electric atmosphere.
So we are announcing the all-tournament team here. Eric Williams just announced for Greece-Odyssey, and Mason Vandemortel, of course, all-tournament team as he comes out to midcourt. Trayvon Harper, the next announced. And Jaden Peters, all tournament team honors for the Reds as he slowly walks out to midcourt. I mean, clearly they're disappointed, but at this point, quite an honor to be named to the all tournament team here in Class B1.
A real nice recognition for both those seniors.
Of the all tournament team is the M&T Bank Most Valuable Player. This award.
So we're waiting to hear the Most Valuable Player award. I have a feeling it might be Jaden Hartsfield from Greece-Odyssey, but let's wait and see until it's officially announced.
In Class B1, it's from Greece-Odyssey, Jaden Hartsfield.
And make it official, it is Jaden Hartsfield as he jogs out to midcourt to join the other members of the all-tournament team. And they're way ahead of schedule here at the Blue Cross. Next game not scheduled to tip until 11 a.m. It's just shy of 10:30 here in Rochester, New York. And Wellsville against Wayland Cohocton coming up next here on at the Blue Cross. Of course, we won't be broadcasting that game as the Reds now exit the court and head to the locker room. Again, we're going to be on the air here on Finger Lakes 1 Radio for South Seneca Oakfield, Alabama coming up. After this, they aren't quite ready to go over there because this game got so early, so we're probably going to sign off here for a second. Then you can keep it right here, and in about 10 or 15 minutes, they'll be live from Victor. We're going to pack up. I'm going to head over to that game in Victor and check out the South Seneca Lady Falcons live. The Gananda Lady Blue Panthers also going for a sectional title today at 3 o'clock in the Class C1 championship game. And Tani, any final words here before we sign off?
No, I mean, congratulations to Newark on a terrific season, and certainly thank you, Jim, for all the great coverage of high school sports this season. I know it was a real whirlwind, especially the last couple weeks for you and your team, but providing some great coverage of some real exciting events for our community.
We might not be done yet, Tony. We got more basketball.
That's
the
true.
Lions are still alive. The Mid-Lakes Lady Screaming Eagles are still alive. We'll see if South Seneca can advance past sectionals. We'll see if the Gananda Lady Blue Panthers can advance. And, with that being said, we know we'll be back on the air Monday night for a really good game, the first round of the Class C State 1 play-in mini tournament where CG Finney takes on Lions in Newark, a gym that we love, a great gym and we talked about the contrast between the Blue Cross Arena and a high school gym. That atmosphere Monday night is going to be, as the young kids say, lit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Lions will pack that place for sure. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So we'll be live there on Monday night at 7 o'clock. The winner of that game will advance to face Calmum on Wednesday night. And again, South Seneca, Oakfield, Alabama coming up next year on Finger Lakes 1 Radio in about 10 minutes. The Gananda Lady Blue Panthers go for a sectional title at 3 o'clock. And so we're about ready to sign off here at the Blue Cross Arena for championship weekend. We're never sure how many games we're going to do here. We ended up doing 2 last night as Lions defeated Red Jacket, and then CG Finney defeated Marcus Whitman. Here today, your final score was Greece-Odyssey 69, Newark 40. And so for my broadcast partner, Tani Robinson, for our cameraman, Jeremy Hunt, who is capturing the images you'll see during our video replay of this game, likely at some point on Sunday. I'm Jim Sinicropi. Thanks for joining us and getting up early here to take this one in with us from the Blue Cross Arena. Once again, your final score, Greece-Odyssey 69, Newark 40. Keep it right here on FingerLakes1.com radio. Coming up shortly, it will be South Seneca versus Oakfield, Alabama. We'll kick it over to Dave Barnick and Jerry Anderson live at Victor High School. So until then, until Monday night, I'm Jim Sinicropi signing off for everybody here at Finger Lakes 1. Thanks for joining us for championship weekend on FingerLakes1.com.